Dadnarok reacts to Shang Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings teaser trailer. This is Sean.
And this is Chris.
Spoiler alert, I've already watched this teaser.
I guess I've done that once before, so I'll let you off the hook this time.
Well, this morning it just kind of appeared in my feed, and I was like, well, Marvel Studios. I was like, I've heard of this title before, so I knew it was coming.
Yeah.
But I don't know very much about this character or this property at all. What do you know about it? Anything?
Honestly, this is one of the ones that's going to hit me fresh. I mean, this trailer here, it seems like it's going to be directed towards us.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, honestly, I think this character is a deep dive.
Yeah.
You really have to be really deep into this world to know who this is. So I'm kind of interested to see what this trailer is going to give us, if it's going to get us excited for it. But before we get rolling too deep into it, we're Dadnarok. We react. We enjoy this stuff. We have this we do. We also go ahead and we do an after show every Friday. So if you haven't already and you're watching over on YouTube, hit that like, subscribe, drop a comment below. Let us know what you think, and make sure you don't miss any of these. But let's just jump into it now. What do you think?
Get into it. Yeah. Let's jump kick into it.
Boom.
Well-worn post.
Bunch of punches. Yep. Push-ups are mandatory.
Oh, he's a valet.
And where did that get you? You walked in my shadow.
So was that Aquafina we seen there back there?
Yeah. Yeah, she's in this movie.
I trained you. So the most dangerous people in the world couldn't kill you. Son, it's time for you to take your place by my side.
The Ten Rings.
That's not going to happen. You can't outrun who you really are.
Who are you?
Oh God.
Whoa.
Pop quiz hot shot.
September 3rd, 2021.
Okay, so we know September 3rd. Dude, thoughts? What do you think? Did it give you enough?
Well, I'll give you my thoughts. Okay, so I like it as a trailer goes for a character that I know nothing about. It looks like even if this wasn't connected to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, I'd still be fairly interested. Like, oh, that looks like a pretty good action movie. Yeah. Like, it looks well shot and stuff. But knowing that this is a character in the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all those connections there with the spiritual kind of mystical side of the Marvel Universe,
yeah,
I'm down with it. I'll go check it out.
Yeah, I got a lot of different feelings like from this movie, this trailer. Like, I got different movie feels. Like, I seen Crouching Tiger.
Yeah,
I got a goofy one from, like, remember Three Ninjas, the three little kids?
Yeah,
Grandpa. I mean, the guy with the mask,
like or the Jackie Chan stuff.
Yeah, I mean, there's also. I mean, I kind of goofed with Speed.
It's that a little bit,
but it had it all. Now, this was my first reaction when I'm watching it. My first reaction at the very beginning of it gave me Batman: The Dark Knight Rises.
Right.
The origins of Batman when he was, like, in the cave, when he was down, just doing his whole get up. That's what I felt a lot of different movie like influences just in this one trailer, and none of them were bad. So I mean, I think, like you said, it's giving me the 1-2 to go ahead and want more, and I can see how, like, say, Strange would interact with this character. So, I mean, I think that's an easy connection of those two there.
Right.
So, yeah, give me more. Like I said, Marvel hasn't done us wrong. I mean, there hasn't been many missteps within the MCU itself. I mean, there's been a few, like, even their not so good movies are huge for other like franchises.
Oh yeah, of course, yeah.
So you really can't. They don't really miss very often.
I'm with you. I don't know much about this character, and I know only a little bit about some of the comic stuff. So both Marvel and DC, they each have their own little pocket of their universes where it's like martial arts kind of stuff. Because in the 70s, they were chasing trends even back then. In the 70s, Bruce Lee films were like the tops, like they were really popular, like just this newfound kind of like Asian influence with martial arts movies and stuff. So both Marvel and DC, they hopped onto that trend, and they gave Batman sort of that mystical origin where he would travel the world and learned the ways of kung fu and stuff. And DC has their own line of characters that are like this. And then Marvel had a pretty big enemy, pretty big bad guy named Fing Fam Foom, which is very racist. You can't really go with that these days.
Yeah, no, you got to change that.
And he's still in the comic books. I think they gave him a different name though. And there's also the character called the Mandarin, which was typically an Iron Man villain.
Well, we've seen him. I think it was an Iron Man 2.
It was Iron Man 3. It was a character that went by the name of the Mandarin, but it played by Sir Ben Kingsley. But it turned out that he was not like the real Mandarin. He was just some actor that was like playing this role as this terrorist kind of guy. The guy that we see here, Shang Chi's father, is the Mandarin of the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And the little bit of story that I got so far is that basically he's destined to, I guess, take over this role or be a part of this, family, this kingdom. And the Mandarin is, kind of this evil, mystical crime lord kind of guy. He allows Shang-Chi to have 10 years apart so he can kind of explore the world, do his own thing. And he ends up being a valet in, I guess, maybe San Francisco or something, and getting a group of friends. And now his father's calling him back, and he's like, no.
Yeah, it's time for you to take your place. And yep, I'm done.
Yeah, and he sent some pretty colorful characters after him. So as a story, it looks good. Like I said, if this wasn't even connected to the Marvel Studios, I'd be into it. But since it is, and there are those other connections here, then they sold me on it. As far as the teaser goes, it did its job, I think.
Yeah, no, absolutely. No, we don't know where other things connect. There may be connecting threads that they're not even teasing us to other movies or other shows that we may be watching now. Who knows? Because they've been so tight-lipped on the connections to Falcon and Winter Soldier to anything else.
Yeah.
So I'm down. Waiting for more. I mean, we have till September 3rd, I think it was.
Yeah, we got a ways to go.
So they'll give us some more, and we'll probably talk about it in a later date as well. But I mean, like we said earlier, we're Dadnarok. We do this kind of thing. If you enjoy this kind of thing, subscribe to us, drop a comment, hit that little bell, and until next time, what do you think? Let's just keep it cheesy.
Yes, sounds good. See ya.
Let's keep it cheesy.